I think hopefully now we're going to go back over to Mary. Mary, are you there?
I am. How
Hooray! So sorry to cut you off so much, but your public has demanded you return.
Well, I think I'm one of the very few women that can say she's been horned by Justin Pierce.
And you lucky lady. So anyway, back over to you. I'll shut up.
Okay, creators in the time of coronavirus. Yesterday, I was in a rat race. Today, I'm in the human race. Tomorrow, will I be in the AI race? Yesterday, I felt young and I was naive. Today, I feel bruised, but I'm on my bended knee. Tomorrow, I am determined to make humanity believe. Oh, COVID-19, what pain you did bring. Every day is a wet Wednesday, even though the sun spells spring. All are in a fog of sadness and confusion, whilst blustered by the windy politics of delusion. As foxes trump out fake news, and Forbes statistics give us all the blues. The searing pain of losing those you love, while we listen to the soundtrack, the dirge of bullies, the chants of enthusiasts, and the howling of polemicists. Where are those that can save us? Where are our artists? To entertain me, to explain to me, to connect with me in my isolation. The carousel of creators is funny, self-aware, and at the same time sad, ingenious, spontaneous, and occasionally just mad. They can be hard to watch and even harder to stop watching. Yet we drive to distract ourselves and each other in our desire to move from winter into summer. Yesterday, I longed for a life less ordinary. Today, I am immersed in a world of voice, music, and talent. Tomorrow, I will be a celebrant at our rainbow pageant. Yesterday, I thought oppression was something to overcome. Today, I know this will only happen through our unassailable conduct. Tomorrow, we will look to each other and build a new construct. There you go.
Mary, amazing. Thank you so much. Definitely worth waiting for. We've got quite a few questions coming in. We've got time, I just think, to get to. The first one's from Bob. He says, Mary, I used to read your column on MBA. I work in media and I'm frankly quite terrified about coming back. I guess he means coming back after COVID, with all the layoffs he's seeing. What's your advice for what I can do to make myself industry ready come the return?
Well, I think to Katie Howell's presentation she gave earlier on, I think the most important thing is to really understand what the data is saying, because we have seen such a terrific shift in consumer behaviors and what audiences are doing and how they are consuming media and what their expectations are of media, that has implications for all of us in media and all of us in the content and creative sectors. So I think what you've really got to do is immerse yourself in what the key trends are and how that's going to impact, because I think having an authoritative opinion about that is really going to be important, because clients need confidence right now, but they also need to take risks.
Absolutely. Mary, question from me. I mean, I've known you a very long time. You've been in the industry for a very long time, done and seen most things, but you're sort of relatively new in the influencer industry. You're CEO now of Takumi. What were you most surprised about and most sort of shocked about when you first went into that section of the industry?
Well, I actually have been involved in influence for about 5 years, because I sat on as a non-exec on 2 or 3 different boards, all influencer related businesses. But I think actually going into an influencer business and an agency is just how terrifically energetic and youthful it is. And I mean that in the nicest possible way, because it reminds me a lot of Search about 10 years ago, when, you know, we were still kind of trying to work out how to kind of get clients to engage with it in a meaningful way. And once you crack that nut, I think, you know, it really, really It exploded the search sector. You know, Steak was bought by Dentsu, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the things I think about what you know, the influencer sector is doing, there does seem to me to be a group of influencer businesses that are actually leading the way in terms of what we're doing with data. There's a huge crossover with UGC technologies and businesses in that sector, which is why we shared the panel today with Commit. And also, I think the other thing that's really, really exciting is just the creativity. I mean, these young and old, because you have boomers who are on TikTok with massive followings and who go viral. There is just huge amounts of creativity. And I think that that's what will save humanity. It is our creativity that will get us out of this shit show.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's put the question, Andy, change a bit, puts me earlier, nano-influencers. And yeah. Gillian's asked something quite similar, you know. What's your view on nano-influencers and their place in the marketing ecosystem?
Well, I think nano-influencers offer incredibly powerful means for brands to understand what is happening trend-wise. I mean, we've seen several nano-influencers on the Takumi platform that have just gone on to become absolutely megastars. And they started off with maybe just like, you know, sub 1,000 followers. But because of their talent and because of the way that they understood their passion and how they go about things, they've become really, really influential. And in a sense, it's like, you know, the kind of coolest people that you know. They don't really seek to be, to be popular necessarily. What they do seek to be is to be informed and to be knowledgeable and to be expert in what they love and are passionate about. And that's exactly what nano-influencers are, essentially. The greatest thing about them is the levels of engagement that they provide. And I think their opinion is so valuable. And although they may not have that many followers, they have hugely influential followers because people choose to follow those, you know, slightly more quirky or unusual people. And where they lead, brands need to really listen up. Again, I refer to Katie's presentation. You know, they need to listen up and understand what is actually happening with influencers and what they're talking about, who they're caring about, what they're passionate about, and what their expectations are. Because, you know, that sort of data and insight is incredibly valuable, incredibly rich, and it's contextual. So I think that they are increasingly becoming more and more important. And that is one of the reasons why businesses like ours and other influencer businesses that specialize in the macro and the nano influencer space at scale are doing well, despite this, you know, extremely difficult period that the whole sector is going through. And I'm talking about the advertising sector is going through right now.
Very fantastic. Thank you so much for coming back and asking questions. And I'll see you in the virtual pub later. Thanks for twice.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.